Hi, everybody.
Hi, Dr. Nick.
How's it going?
What's going?
We're just gonna get this over with. This is an episode that.
Are we?
Listen. I know what's gonna happen. He knows what's gonna happen. I'm pretty sure Chuck has a good idea about what's about to happen. And yeah. And here's the thing. Here's the thing that I will get out front. If what's about to happen is gonna happen, this season being only 7 episodes, and this being episode number 6, I get it. I get why you want to do like a flashback. It just seems
Happy birthday.
it just seems really like you're wasting time.
Wait, hold. Just so I'm confirming, this is the last episode?
No, 6 out of 7.
6. This is
Six
6
out
out of
of
7.
Wow.
6 out of 7?
Yes.
Who makes 7 episodes of a season?
I have no idea.
Why wouldn't they make it 8?
I
7
make
is
it 8.
the worst number ever for a season.
When they make it 8, we say, why don't they make it 9? Because
No.
12 to 15 is the best happy medium for a TV
So-
I
show
would
now.
be happier with 8 than 7. 7 sounds like they're just trying to kick us where it hurts.
yeah, kind of.
It's stupid.
I don't which makes this episode even more infuriating to me. Because I know that this is going to be mostly flashback. If we're believing what we saw last week with Joel going in the bedroom and Ellie wake up and she wakes up and
Yeah.
it's all doughy-eyed and they're good. So I
Hey,
know what we're about to get into. And don't get me wrong. There's some good stuff that we're going to get into. There's some really cool stuff that happens like during this part of the flashback sequence. In any other setting, I think this would work. I think this would be beautiful. In any other setting. 7 episodes, and this is number 6. Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, I'm gonna save it.
There were
but-
9
6
episodes in
years.
the first season.
Yes, there were.
9.
Yes, there were.
That's
And
'cause
they're
that's
gonna
'cause they did-
and they're gonna cut it down to 7?
Yes, this.
No,
yes,
they're
they
gonna
are.
have they're making it 14. 7
Well,
for this half and
Yeah,
the next half.
kinda.
This is stupid.
I agree.
It's-
This is a chore.
I have to say it like that. Stupid.
It's stupid.
This is a chore.
Stupid.
This is gonna be. Yeah.
A chore.
All right.
All right, I'm
All
gonna
right.
be muting myself because I'm having a snack while we watch.
All right. Actually, you know what? I need a minute.
He needs a minute.
Because I didn't
minute.
get up. I was getting everything ready, so. All right, we're going to get started on this episode of The Last of Us. This is going to be
Let's
a
do
chore. This is going to be rough to get through, but we're going to do it. We're going to power through. All right.
Let's do it.
Not your kind of people. You seem kind of phony. Everything's a lie.
Something like
Can I
that.
just say?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead first.
I was going to say it's things like that that I love about the show. I kind of wish something like that was in the game because it makes Joel's character make so much more sense.
Absolutely.
Especially like after he loses his daughter and everything, and how protective he is of Ellie and the whole thing, and how violent he is towards other. Like it just makes Joel's character make so much more sense, and it even makes sense for why Tommy wants to get the hell away from him. Like it makes it. Yeah, that did a really good job.
Yeah, so so this guy, the actor here, Tony Dalton, is the actor who plays the dad. He's been in Hawkeye, he was in Daredevil that we just watched.
Better Call
Wasn't he
Saul.
the dude with the sword? Yeah, Better Call Saul. So this
Yeah.
guy's been in a few things lately. I mean, I'm saying Tony Dalton. He's obviously not related to Timothy Dalton. He's, Hispanic.
Yes.
But like I did not expect him to. I mean, I don't know. We've all seen this story of hurt people, the
Yes.
generations carry down the abuse.
Yes.
I really appreciate the way they did it here, where he's
Yeah.
saying like, this is what happened to me. What I'm doing to you is way less than what I got,
Yeah.
but I'm doing what I know. And he was like crying as he's saying it. I'm actually very impressed with that. Like, if that's the only thing I get that's positive from this episode, I'll take it.
It was really well
It
done.
was amazing.
It was
and
really
makes
well
so
done.
much sense for the character that Pedro Pascal represents.
It was.
I mean,
It's also like
wow.
it's this wild level of honesty that you usually don't see like on screen.
No, ever.
Like you either see the dad that always goes way too far and he really doesn't care. You never see the dad like, I know I'm going too far and I'm sorry, but you know this is. You never get anything like that. It's real on a level that you normally don't see, and I like that.
It's not real. It's beyond real. It's what should be done. You know, as a father, you know, I make mistakes. You know, I've done some things and said some things where I go, man, I messed up. You know,
Sure.
I made a mistake there, like next time I'll do better. You know, we're all learning. Like, I didn't have my father around to teach me how to be a dad.
Yeah.
You know, and in that, it's like, well, what do I do now? And then I do it and I mess up and I go, crap. Well, next time I'll try to do better.
Yeah.
I don't want to be the absent father, and I don't want to be the overbearing father. So, I mean, I know I'm dwelling too far on this right now in this talk, but I honestly, I'm just very impressed with the way that they did something where it's like, I look at this guy and go, I wouldn't say he's like the ideal dad, but at least he took the step to say the right thing, which is, I'm trying.
Yeah.
You know, I'm trying. I didn't have the role model. What you're seeing is less than what I got, you know, and let's be real here.
Yeah.
It's a real relationship that it does make sense for Joel. So,
It does.
Wow.
Make a
So
lot of
cool
sense
to
for
see
Joel. Yeah.
in TV.
We are not your kind of people. Something in your makeup don't see eye to eye.
All right, let's pause for a sec.
Pausing for a sec.
Okay. So far, I mean, all of this is spot on with the game.
True.
I mean, I'm none of it has deviated. I mean, it looks slightly different, like visually, but I mean, if I ever was to lose you, the song on the guitar was it?
That's in there.
Yes, of course. Which we got her. She sang that song later on. She did to Dina. So we get that that's like a flashback.
Yeah.
But it's when you do it in a show, you know, as we've seen the game like deviate, how else are they going to do it and like stick it into the first act, which is like the first half of this?
Sure.
Well, where else are they going to put it? Only here.
Only here. You're right. And
So
I think I still don't agree with the idea of making this an entire episode, because in the game it's scattered. Like you get bits and pieces of the flashback. That would have worked so much better than wasting an entire episode on here's the flashback episode. I appreciate what they're doing. I appreciate that it's all from the game. They're sticking to the story, which is great, and everything that's about to happen, great. I'm all for it. But again, you're 6 of 7 episodes in, and you're giving an entire episode to the flashback. That's why.
Not good timing.
I don't think good timing at all. I think this
maybe
season,
the fifth. The fifth is like max.
I think this season has a massive pacing issue. Like just there are issues. Chuck, you want to add something or no? You good?
I don't fully hate this episode. What I think is funny is she's mature enough and knows enough to know all the bad language, but doesn't know litter.
Yeah,
like, that's a little.
Yeah. That's even if you read it, how do you come up with lauder? Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
you pause it for a second?
I can do that.
Sorry.
You good?
So what makes this whole, now that I'm watching a little bit deeper, doing the whole flashback scene in one episode versus doing it like scenes throughout, like the game I'm guessing does.
Mm-hmm.
The issue is you're to this Ellie that, you know, tries to be way more mature than she really is. And in this one, she's very childish and, you know, she hasn't seen the things. So it's almost like a culture shock, for lack of better terms, where we're introduced to this, this one person who is Ellie, and now all of a sudden, 6 episodes in, we're getting this, and this is even in season 1, we didn't see this. So now for a season, almost 2 seasons, we haven't seen this, and now we're seeing it, and it even though if it might be following the game for the scenes and stuff like that,
Yeah.
it feels
Yeah, it's
disjointed
shocking.
though.
Yeah.
It feels disjointed. Like I've all of a sudden been taken out of the game and put into a whole nother realm. It doesn't feel right.
Right. No, I get you.
I
I
think
totally do. It's the same thing.
Yeah, I think one of the, and it's not. Who am I kidding? It's a criticism. This version of Ellie, the Bella Ramsey is playing, she's great.
Very different.
She's fantastic at this.
Different.
Last week, not so much. Her being the bloodthirsty, violent, going out there killing and slaughtering, revenge-driven, vendetta for Joel. I don't buy it. There's just something about her. I don't know if it's the baby face or that she got going on, but it's just there's something about her that I do not buy playing the older version of Ellie. Here, what she was last season, fantastic. Everything that she's doing right now is amazing. But then you get, I don't know. That's my culture shock. Because
I think the
go
thing
ahead.
is,
go ahead. I'm done. Go ahead.
Sorry, the thing is Bella Ramsey might do great at this, but this Ellie doesn't fit into this season.
No,
as one episode.
No,
that's
of course
the part
not.
that's disjointed.
It's kind of like that in the game too, because you see the hardened Ellie in the game. I mean, you see the hardened Ellie even in the first season, which is before this, but here she's so like caught off guard and excited.
Yeah,
just like she was in the hotel where she's like pretending to be the bellhop, or it's like, oh, play the piano and all this stuff. Like she's being a kid, and here she's still a kid, which we're not used to because we've seen the first so many episodes here where she's an adult. So it is very jarring. It's very disorienting to see her play this character again now.
If it was
and that's
peppered
what makes
in,
the season so tough.
Yeah, and if it was peppered in, it wouldn't seem so disjointed.
Exactly.
Yeah. Also, it's just the thing, like, and the reason why it's peppered in is because you have that like wonder, like you open up the game and there's clearly like, and much like the show, there's clearly like a disconnect between Joel and Ellie. Something is not right between the two of them, and you get the story of why peppered in throughout the first act of the game, and it works. It works surprisingly well for what it is, because it's like, and especially after like, it works in a game because you go like the raiders, the biters, the undead, then here come more bad guys, and you got to go through A, B, and C, and you got to kill the people over here, then you got to do the thing, and then you got to go through the obstacle, and then it's like, okay, now the game is going to give you a breath of fresh air where you go on a tour of a museum, and it's like, okay, it's a cool down. It's such a cool down, and it's like, okay, this works. You can let your guard down. You can explore a little bit. It works for the game because it like breaks up certain parts. I don't know. To just slot it in like this is like, oh, and I think that's what you mean, Chuck. That's a shock. Yeah, it's a shock.
Yeah.
And I think we all kind of expected it after. If you've played the game and you saw this coming, like, how are we gonna do the prehistoric museum?
Sure.
It's not a crucial part of the story, but it helps like give you the relationship between Joel and Ellie. Like, this
Yes.
whole scene is all about Joel and Ellie. It's not
Yes.
about anything else. It's not about Ellie and her growth. It's all about Joel and Ellie. It's all about their relationship, which is not technically necessary to give you the rest of the story in the game. But they do it to give you that closure in a sense, because Joel's dead
Yeah.
and we all know it.
Yeah.
So this is helpful, even though it's disjointed. So
I don't know how they, and I don't know how they would
Yeah.
have done it, but another thing that I'm blanking. Another thing that the show is doing a little bit better than the game at establishing that relationship and furthering that plot is you have the therapist who, even when she was sitting down with Tommy and she was like, Ellie probably told the truth to one person and he's gone now. That
yeah,
could have worked in the
Yeah.
game and it would have made something like this more impactful.
right.
So yeah, it's
right.
just, I just wanted to throw that in there because it was something from a couple of weeks ago that I actually really liked, was just that interaction. So, but seeing this, yeah, Bella
Having
Ramsey,
the therapist there, you like the therapist?
I like that. I don't like the therapist with like the back and forth that she has with Joel. That's whatever. It's the conversation that she has with Tommy after Joel is dead, and it's like, Ellie told the truth to one person and he's gone now. She can't be helped. She's gone.
What I'm asking is, you appreciate that the character is introduced, the therapist character, because it gives you the ability to get more into the depths of these characters.
100%. Yes,
have liked. So
I like that.
instead of having a long drawn out game, like 20 hours of character, they use this character, the therapist, to kind of like fill in those gaps to make you get that emotional connection.
A little bit, but it also makes Ellie's vengeance mean more.
Yeah. Okay. I get that.
The introduction of the therapist in the show makes Ellie's thirst for blood mean so much more than it would for anybody else. And like, I get it. In the game, it's like, you have the backstory of the first game and that's all well and good and it's fine, but you're still kind of teetering. But when you have the introduction of the therapist and she's just like, Ellie told the truth to Joel, now Joel is gone and you can't help her, Tommy, sorry. It makes her going off on her mission so much more impactful to me. That's just me, though.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That makes sense.
His Oblivion blows my mind. Like, his absolute, just like the way that he can lie to himself like this. He knows what's going on. He knows what the problem is, but he's so up his own, he's so in his own head about everything that's happening. I don't know. Even in the game to show everything about, like, the way that Pedro Pascal is doing it even is fantastic. But just like the character of Joel and how absolutely lost he is wild to me. It's absolutely wild. There has to be it has to be some kind of psychological disorder. How you like, you don't see what's right in front of you, but you know it. Like, you know the problem. You know what's wrong with her. You've known what's wrong with her for years. And you just continue just to skate along and lie to yourself and you believe it. And I just, that's crazy to me.
Do you think he believes it, or do you think he's just trying to avoid it?
I think that he believes that she believes his BS.
I don't think he does.
I agree with Will. He thinks that she believes his BS.
Yes, I think that, but
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
He thinks he's smarter than he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of.
That's it.
Yeah. It just
and the entire time, the first season, second season, first game, second game, he thinks she's not seeing through his BS the entire time.
Yeah. Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
It just strikes
Yeah.
me. It just strikes me
He's
now like
like,
they're.
I'm older guy, she's younger girl, therefore she'll never know what I'm thinking.
It's just everything. All the red flags are screaming at you in the face. She doesn't want to be under your roof. You don't own anything. She wants to live her own life. She wants to be her own person. She wants to be away from you. She's acting cold. She's being distant. She always has that look on her face. Even when they were like there and they were like, she was looking at the firefly. Is something wrong? Like of course there's something wrong. How do you not immediately see that there's something incredibly wrong with Ellie and her entire attitude towards you? It's just, oh my God. Yeah.
I think he sees it. I think that he asks questions to see if she'll bring it up. And I think he does things to avoid sometimes having the question or having any controversy. So when there are things that she does that frustrates him, he quickly changes his stance on things to give her the leeway. So he doesn't have to confront it. I think he knows.
That's like a
I
marriage.
think that he's just trying to avoid it.
Just trying to avoid it. I don't know. His character, I don't know. Even like ever since I played the first game and you get this whole background sequence where you don't get the constant asking questions like, are you okay? Is everything okay? But you do see the rift. You, the player, know why. Joel knows why. Ellie's kind of like on the, but it's just like he's able to lie to. I think he's able to lie to himself to the point where he believes it. That's what I think. That I like. Is he avoiding it?
I just don't.
Go ahead.
I don't think that that's the case. I think that if he never died in the game or the show, that it would have been that we would have found the answer to that. But the fact that he dies, we never really find out.
Well, I think there is an answer to it. They give it. It's right there. We got that at the end of the first game. The end of the first season. He's selfish.
Yeah.
There's no question about that.
Yeah.
I don't think it's as much in this. I think he does care about her.
He does.
Yeah,
absolutely
100%. But I think that's the source of his selfishness. Him caring about her is the source of his
is more about his own personal relationship with anything. You know, it's not about like the selfishness is about him versus the world. He wants what he wants for him, and then her, of course, but the world can go ahead and burn.
Sure.
That's what the whole
at this
point
in
is.
time, the world has gone ahead and burned, so I don't think that matters.
To a degree.
So
it mattered when she was in the hospital. That's the turning point.
Yeah.
When she's in the hospital on that operating table, that's a turning point. Like we're either gonna do everything that we can to save mankind, or to hell with mankind. Joel comes first, and we got that answer.
Yeah.
Joel came first. So, but I just like the whole,
which was so rough.
It's rough. It's rough. It's not an easy thing to grapple with. I'm just like, I'm just amazed. I'm just amazed at how certain characters can be written, or even people. Certain people can act in a way where you know this person is full of it. You know this person is lying, but they believe their own nonsense. That type of mentality always fascinates me, and especially like here with Joel, I don't know. I can't wrap my head around it. For whatever reason, I just can't. I cannot do it. It's wild. It's wild.
I don't think he believes his own nonsense, though.
I do.
He's convinced himself. He's lied so long that he's convinced himself that what he's doing is justified. That's the whole issue. He's no longer like doing it and like trying to convince himself. He's already convinced himself before, like years ago. Now he's justifying his actions and just being like, okay, yeah, this all lines up. I'm good. Keep going.
I'm the good guy.
That's where he's at.
I think, I just...
He's already convinced himself he's the good guy.
I don't think that, because he wouldn't be even now 5 years later consistently trying to give concessions to her if he believed that. He would stand if he believed what he believed, he'd stand his ground more and actually stand on what he believes, but he doesn't. He doesn't believe it. He completely gives her concessions through and through. He makes his stance, and then she says one thing, and he buckles every single time.
That's true.
Not once does he sit there and say, "This is what I said I'm doing. I'm standing true to this." He buckles to it, gives her what he wants because he is still trying to save what he think he saved in the beginning, and he doesn't fully believe it. And I
I-
think that there's a part of him that believes that she doesn't fully believe it, and he's still trying to win her over, or he wouldn't be asking the way he wouldn't be doing what he's doing if that wasn't the case.
I think that's a testament to like him trying to, like you said, he's trying to live up to some type of expectation, an
Sure.
expectation he has for himself, which is like, I want to be a better father than my father. I want to be a better father than I was for my
Yeah.
own daughter.
Yeah.
So he's continuing trying to be like okay, every single decision I make for this kid has to be carefully weighed out. And I mean, not
It's
to
not-
get
He's not
preachy,
carefully weighing. But
It's
at
not-
what
hang on,
point,
I
though,
wanna-
is he
I wanna- I
carefully
wanna-
weighing it out?
I want to chime in there for a second because I agree with you, Chuck, but at the same time, everything that Ellie says, she's right. She's not his daughter. That's not his house. It's not his garage. The burn mark on her arm, how she wanted to wear, she had to find a way to hide whatever scar that was or the bite mark. She was right there. Like, even when she's like 17 and she's like in the room with the girl and she's smoking weed and doing everything, that's not his house, and he can't lay down the rules as if he was like with his own daughter. That's not his daughter. She's not wrong in saying any of that. That's what makes it a little bit more difficult. Like, yeah, you can
No, I get
you can
that.
stand your ground, but when she spits the truth right back at you, what are you gonna do? You have to
Because
buckle.
here's the thing, because outside of those times, I'm willing to bet that they operate as father and adopted daughter.
Sure.
Not right. So when it's convenient, now the truth comes out from her part when she wants to get what she wants. So she'll respect him, honor him, follow him until it's inconvenienced for her. Then she'll spit the truth out. And I'm willing to bet that if he said, "Oh, like, get your shoes on, we're gonna go on patrol." Okay,
Sure.
get your,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it can't. It doesn't just work one way. So she treats him as a father unless she wants to do what she wants, and then she spits the truth out. Oh no, it's not your home. Oh, it's like
course.
any. It's like any.
it's like any teen.
Any
It's
teen
like
with
any teen. But I'm saying, like,
with-
it's not
with a
it's not
step-parent. You're not my dad.
it's not as cut and dry as just him not standing his ground because it's not his daughter. It's both. It's, you're not my daughter, and also I lied to you, so I have to. You're disarmed.
that.
You're completely
the-
disarmed.
I know, but that's what I'm trying to say, though, is the biggest disarmament that he has is he's still trying to he's trying to love on her as a dad, and he's thinking that the best way I can do this is, okay, you know what? She's right. There's a part of what he is saying that is accurate and right. Like, you should go home. It's not safe.
Sure.
Okay, yeah, okay, I should go home. You're right. And it's not, I think that he is, as much as he is, I think there's a conflict of, I want to do the right thing and love her as a daughter. I'm carrying this weight, and I still have to prove that what I said is true. And he's still trying to convince himself and her. I don't think he's convinced yet, or he wouldn't give concessions. Anybody who is convinced doesn't give concessions.
I guess. I don't know. I just don't see it. I don't see it that cut and dry that he's giving concessions because of just one reason. I think it's a multitude of different reasons why he gives concessions the way that he does. I think, but the number one reason is because there's this massive lie that's hanging over in the air between the two of them.
Exactly.
And she's not 100% wrong in a lot of the things she says or a lot of the things that she wants. He doesn't. Oh man, he doesn't
No.
have the same type of. He doesn't have that sway. He does not have that type of control or parental merit over her that he wants to have. He doesn't have that. That's gone. It's not. I mean,
Only in these moments, though. When he does the good things for her on her birthday, now he's a fantastic dad.
Of course.
Outside of right. That's my point though. Is he does have that sway until she says, I'm gonna do this, and she manipulates to get what she wants. And she uses the truth and the facts of the matter to manipulate it versus
Manipulate is a strong word.
I say manipulate because instead of listening to him and honoring as even an authority in her life, she uses the truth to get what he wants. And instead of standing his ground, he just immediately finds a way to give concessions and then speak something good about the thing that she did wrong in the first place.
Is it okay? So,
So-
I don't classify this as manipulation because he's lying and she knows it. I don't think that you can say that she's manipulating the situation. He's in the
he's
wrong.
trying to. He
It-
thinks
right.
he
I
thinks
get
he
that.
is.
I get that, but if she believed that, if she was truly on board with that, even when he did something good, she would act the same way, but she doesn't. It's only when she wants what she wants and not getting what she wants. That's the only time that she does this. So,
In the show. In the show, I agree. She uses it to manipulate him. In the game, he's manipulating her.
Sure, yeah.
he is.
They
I know that,
they
but
make it very much more prominent in the game that he is manipulating.
he is
her.
also manipulating her
I
by
think,
giving
yeah,
her concessions.
yeah. I think.
So
Okay,
there's
if you want to use
manipulation
the
on
word,
both sides.
fine. I agree with that. If you want to say there's manipulation going on both sides, I agree. That I agree with.
There
It's
is,
not just a one.
But in the
that's-
show, it's different than in the game. That's what it comes
No,
down
because
to.
he's manipulating her in the show too. The giving the concessions is a reverse manipulation. I'm gonna make you still feel like you're getting what you want.
She comes home. She comes home. She comes home with the burn on her arm. I understand why you did it. That's
Yeah.
Oh, I like the tattoo. I
Yeah.
really don't, but I like the tattoo.
I like the tattoo. Sure, fine.
But I really don't.
It goes.
So I don't.
Yeah.
I don't think he's bought into. I disagree with Lee on that. I don't think that he is bought into the fact that
He's not.
You said that he's settled into his lie. I don't think he is at all. I think he is still trying to prove himself to her 5 years later because of the initial lie.
He's not been into his lie. I'm saying he said the initial lie and then said,
Yes.
okay, now that I've done this and she accepts it, I can live in this lie.
Yes.
He's living in multiple lies and carrying on.
I know, but I don't think that he believes that she's accepted it because at the end of the game and at the end of the show, the look of I don't
Yes.
believe
On her
you on
face.
her
Yes.
face
Yes.
on her
says
face,
it all.
yes. But on
she
his
looks-
face at the end of the game,
But he's
he
operating.
believes she believes him.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
operating as if that look never happened.
Exactly.
He's
That's the way-
operating. I get that. He's operating, but him operating as if it never happened is very different than him believing that it never happened. He's operating as if that look never happened, but in himself, he saw it. He knows it. He knows she doesn't believe him. He knows that she does. But you know what? Neither of them are willing to talk about it. So you know what? They're both living in the lie. She's
Sure.
equally
So-
in the.
Maybe there's something that you and I missed, Will. Maybe there is.
What do you mean?
No, I'm saying to your point, maybe we missed something when we played the game.
At the end of the first game.
Well,
And
yeah,
yeah,
into
into
the
this
second
game.
maybe we missed something.
Because it's hard because you get a lot more of Joel in the show than you do the game. We're getting a lot
Really?
more. Well, yeah, second season, second game. We're getting a lot more of Joel here than we got in the second game. Not a lot happens with Joel and the building of that character or the dismantling of that character all that much in the second game. Here, we're getting the therapist. We're getting more of a back and forth between Joel and Ellie. We're getting more insight with some of his facial expressions. We don't get any of that in the game, so it's a pretty hard read. I guess I see it. I get where Chuck is coming from. I think he's bought into his own. I think he's bought into his own lie. But whatever. I'm gonna hit play.
My first thought is how I was trying to figure out how they're going to make Pedro Pascal stay in this season, and that's how they're going to do it.
Well, let's take a second here and break into the episode where I hit the button and we make our 20-second or 20-minute recording. Hey, we're talking about The Last of Us. Oh, wow. Here we are.
Season 2, episode 6, titled "I Have No Idea." I have
Is that
no
really
idea
the
what
name of the episode?
Nope, I literally have no idea what.
They didn't give us an episode on IMDb.
Oh well,
There's nothing.
it'll come out. It'll come out later. Whatever. Season 2, episode 6.
It's number 2.6 is what they call
2.6.
it. TVMA 2.6. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah. That's all it's up here. Tomorrow they'll give us something else, but
More than
not
likely.
right now.
Yeah, that's weird.
No, it's not. We're the weird ones that talk about it immediately.
Chuck, thoughts? Like Lee asked you.
Well, trying to figure out how they're going to get Pedro Pascal, who is the face that keeps this TV show alive in this season, and this is how they're going to do it.
No, it's not.
Well, this is how they kept him in it. This is how they kept Pedro Pascal in the TV show, was
A
through this
flashback.
episode
Okay.
of a flashback. I said this in season 1, and I'll say this here. Well, first of all, this season is miles behind season 1. Season 1 is 1,000 times better than this, through and through. I said this to Will. This season, from somebody, let me put it this way: Lee, you watched season 1, and it made you want to play the game.
Yeah.
I'm watching season 2. And if I had no idea about the game and everything prior to, this would make me not want to play the game. And outside of the writing being atrocious, outside of just the format in which they're going being atrocious, there's one major part of this show that they just keep forgetting to put in the show. It's a TV show or a game about zombies and infected people, The Walking Dead,
Yes.
and they're not in it, except for 1.5 episodes out of 6.
So
They're not in it, and it is beginning to what this is like Top Gun Maverick and having no jets in it.
Oh wow!
Having one
it's
scene
like
of flying
Top Gun Maverick without Top Gun.
I guess
without point.
Like
Yeah,
if it
without
never
playing.
existed. Here's a movie, but why? I don't know. I don't care. But here you go. Things happen. But why though? Doesn't matter. Here. But why? That's the problem. And they're doing it here too. I get it. This is not hitting everything the game tries to hit. The game does it, and it's disjointed, but they do it still, and that's it's tough. It's tough because they do it, but they don't do it well, and the
Mm,
show is doing it worse.
mm. Okay. So I actually like this episode a lot. For what it was.
I do too, but the show in general,
The show in general, it has a serious pacing issue. Show in general has a serious
massive.
pacing issue, and there should not. I do not agree with the idea that the flashback had to be in one single episode. It should have been scattered throughout. Starting with like the beginning, like they arrive in Jackson, what happens immediately? Oh, it's your birthday, and then we can do something there, and then cut, and then go into the museum, and then cut, and then you can keep on going from there. And you could have actually done a lot more to fill in certain gaps in the show where just certain things weren't needed.
No, they gave you everything in one episode.
They gave you everything in one episode. And here's
6 episodes.
and here's
later.
the thing. And here's the thing. It raises another issue for me. If I had problems with Ellie before, well, if I had problems with Bella Ramsey playing an older version of Ellie before, having her age 3 or 4 years in one single episode highlights that issue all over again for me. It's so jarring how she goes from 16 to 1920 within an hour-long episode, and she does not look like she aged a day.
Hey, as long as you have a chest binder, you're okay.
I guess so. She does not look like she has aged a day at all. The baby face that we saw her with, like, I don't mean like baby. I mean like
we don't look at faces. We look at breasts.
the pudgy, just like the face pudge that she has going on. She has a very baby face going on, and it sticks throughout all of the 3 or 4 years that we are in this episode. It's so jarring. And
well, that hasn't changed.
It
since
causes
the first season.
It causes another
Her
problem.
face hasn't changed at all.
It causes another problem for me because now I go back to last week and what she does to a said character with a pipe. I don't buy even more because I got to see her be a child here, and it's like, you don't look like you aged or grew up all that much over the past couple of years. The only thing that happened was you got angry. So, okay, that's perfectly fine. Neither here nor there. Aside from that, I didn't mind the episode. It nailed what it needed to nail. It did a good job at showing the progression of their relationship and kind of how it deteriorated, which I really like. And they left out a couple of things from the game, notably the way that Ellie finds out that Joel lied. And I don't know which version I like more. So, spoiler warning for anybody who hasn't played the game. I want to kind of get into it. In the game, she leaves Jackson and goes back to Salt Lake on her own, and she finds the tape recordings all throughout the hospital, and that's how she finds out what Joel did. And Joel finally, with no other option, has to come clean and admit it. And for everything, that's like the end of their relationship, and the next time they see each other, Joel is being beaten to death. I don't know which one I like better. I like that this version of Joel took some. He swallowed his pride, and he was honest, and he told her the truth, and even though that it hurt, and he was crying during it. I like that. I also like the idea that Joel is a completely selfish character, and he was never going to give up the truth, only when he had no other option but to do so. So it's a change. I like them both. I think I like this better. I like the idea that Joel was honest with Ellie at the end there. I think that's really important for the character, and especially for Ellie. And it gives Ellie a little bit more motivation, like I said before, to go off on her vendetta quest. How she made up with him because he told her the truth, not she made up with him because she discovered it. It just, I don't know. I think it makes for better storytelling. That out of the way, I thought this episode was great. I didn't have a problem. I like flashback episodes. I liked what this was. Again, it's just a pacing thing for me. I think it should have been scattered. I don't think it should be episode 6 out of 7. And yeah, so that's
I think the episode overall is a fine episode. It misses one thing:
the undead.
the undead.
Well,
This is a
Yeah.
TV show about the undead.
You're not wrong.
In the game, I'm
Is
guessing
it?
in the
Is it?
game.
It's called The Last of Us,
Yeah.
not The Undead of Us.
The show is not called Jackson.
It's not called The Walking Dead either.
It's not called The
I'm
Walking
just
Dead.
saying, the show, by title, focuses on the living.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I have no I don't know. I'm not gonna justify it. It's stupid. I want more undead. Yeah.
We all do.
Okay.
All of us do.
Yeah. Especially in a show that's.
I agree with you, Chuck. I completely agree with you. Where have they been for 3 episodes?
It's been a while.
Nowhere.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, that's the biggest thing is this episode overall. I think that, yeah, giving us the reason why Ellie is so mad at Joel. This gave that explanation real well.
Yeah.
She knew. We know she knew.
Mm-hmm.
I think at the end of the first game, at the end of the first episode, the first season, I don't think she knew the truth of what happened. I think she knew that Joel wasn't being honest, though.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, is she knows that Joel is lying, but doesn't know what he is lying about. Like the fact that, yeah, the lie of, was there the Fireflies or the other group of people around?
The Raiders.
That's an easy. The Raiders. That's an easy thing to, like. Okay, yeah, you know what? Those guys weren't there, but your life was still at risk, and I saved your life. That's understandable. The part that really gets her, though, is the fact of the lie of there are people like you. That's the part that really bothered her the most. If that wasn't part of the game, then it would be, or the show, then that could have changed things massively.
Yeah.
But there is a thing, to a degree, as a dad, if that was my daughter, I would have some selfish feelings in that.
Of
It would be
course.
difficult.
Of course.
So I understand Joel's position. Joel's position. I would have been honest about it. That's the only thing, is
Yeah.
I would have been honest about from the beginning. Yeah, you know what? There's no one else like you. However, you've become like a daughter to me, and I love you as a daughter, and I couldn't see you go, and I had to own it.
Yeah.
Own it.
Yeah.
But he couldn't, and that's what made him weak in the end of the last game. But to your point, this redeems him to a degree,
Yeah.
which is nice.
Yeah.
Little redemption for Joel.
Yeah.
He could
I think
use
that's a really
little
that's
redemption.
a really good word. Redemption. The game doesn't redeem him. It doesn't. The game does not redeem him at all. Yeah. I think I like, after hearing you say that, I think I like the way that the show does it a little bit better than the game. And that's a rare thing. Usually I like the game more, but in this instance, having Joel take ownership of that and fessing up, yeah, absolutely. I like that a little bit more. And to further your point again, listen, I can call Joel a bad person and I can disagree with what he did. I can't say that I would have done anything different. I can't. I don't think I would do anything different if I was in his position. I think most people wouldn't. I don't think. I don't think most people would do anything.
That's
different.
what makes this game so different than
Yeah.
every other game we've ever played.
Sure.
The Last of Us has blown games away. We've all played Grand Theft Auto and, any other superhero game and Sonic and this and that and Mario and whatever. But when it came down to this game, you're playing Joel, and then you play him again in the second season. You go like, I don't know what I would have chosen. Like, you could go this way or that way, but I think I chose the right way. And this makes you think more than most games. And eventually you get to, you get to 2 and you go, I don't like this. So you're playing as Abby
Yeah.
and this and that. And you're back and like, okay, now you're going too far. Like you finally got us to get to a part where we're playing a character that we don't fully agree with, but we accept as a lesser of the other evil.
Sure.
And now you're gonna make us go like way beyond into another direction. And that's the problem with it.
Yeah.
So I feel like they're testing us.
Okay.
They're like, hey, let's see how far they can go.
Well,
Honestly, I love both games. I think they're great games as games. But we get to the story here and we're like, ugh. Like we feel for Joel, we feel for Ellie. What do we do now? Like I'm very interested in seeing where they go with the show. You know, to like where are they going to end this season to give us another season that's going to be equivalent to this.
I don't know.
Obviously, we're gonna get all Abby and Scars and
Yeah.
all that stuff. We're gonna see them. We get that, but like, how are they gonna line it up? It's going to be different enough from the game, just like we got from the first season, to keep us all, excited for it. I don't know.
It's interesting. Gonna be interesting.
Yeah,
I
Very
got some
interesting.
ideas. But I'm done.
I do too.
So I am done tonight. I am
Yeah.
exhausted.
Me too.
I am pushing about 30 hours. So
Ooh.
yeah, it's time for me to go to bed. Anyways, good night, everybody. Thank you very much for listening.
Oh. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Toodles.
Toodles.